Now see this, the poset of a the poset diagram of a poset is given below, which means we have 5 elements and the Hussey diagram is given there. Then which of the following is not true? They are asking which of the following is not true. So see this one, if you look at this, there are 2 maximal elements. So whenever we have 2 maximal elements, there will be no least upper bound for that. For D and E, there is no least upper bound, therefore it cannot be lattice. So first thing is, the given poset is not lattice. So see this, A, P is not a lattice. It is definitely true, isn't it? So this one is true. What about the second one? The subset A, B, C, D of P is a lattice, which means we have to take a subset of it and just put them in the same way they appear in the diagram. So if you take A, B, C, D, what do you get? If you take A, B, C, D, A is here and B is here, C is here and D is here. So if you take A, B, C, D, you are going to get like this diamond, right? Now if you look at this A, B, C, D, then they are asking whether it is lattice or not. So one important point is, they are not talking whether it is a sublattice or not. They are asking whether it is simply a lattice or not. So when can you say that a poset is a lattice? If for every pair of elements, if there is a least upper bound and greatest lower bound, you can say that it is lattice. So what about sublattice? The least upper bound and greatest lower bound has to be same as if it is, as they were in the given lattice, but they are not talking about the sublattice. They are just asking whether it is a lattice or not. So you are just supposed to check for every pair of elements if there is greatest lower bound and least upper bound. See this one. Now take every pair of elements. If you take B and C, there is greatest lower bound existing, as well as greatest lower bound existing and least upper bound existing. And you take any pair of elements, you can see that there is greatest lower bound and least upper bound. Both of them will be existing. Therefore, it is a lattice, right? So this one is true. And the next one is BCDE. They are asking about BCDE. So just see this, B is here, C is here. So it is just a kind of subgraph, isn't it? So now if you take this, we have 2 minimal elements and 2 maximal elements. Therefore we know that there will be no greatest lower bound for 2 minimal elements and there will be no least upper bound for 2 maximal elements. And so this particular poset, it is neither join semilattice nor meet semilattice, and it is not a lattice, but they are saying that it is a lattice. Therefore this one is false, this one is not true. So this is the answer. Now let's see option D also, A, B, C. They are asking about A, B, C. So if you take A, B, C, A is here, B is here, C is here and E is here, right? So if you take A, B, C, it is a lattice because you take any pair of elements, there is clearly least upper bound and greatest lower bound. Therefore it is a lattice, so it is true. So the answer is this one. So don't get confused here. Here we are they are asking whether it is a lattice or not. They are not asking whether it is a sublattice or not. In case if the question would have been whether it is a sublattice or not, it is not just enough that every pair of the elements have least upper bound and greatest lower bound, but also they should match with the least upper bound and greatest lower bound of the corresponding elements in the original lattice. Then only we can say that it is a sublattice. But here the question is about lattice, not about sublattice. Let's see one example on sublattice as well. Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs, universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%, but all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.